that was the first exercise. It's given in the book, and if this is all new to you, that's going to keep you busy for a few days, I guess. It did me. But if it's not new to you, you could do the same thing starting on the A string, where you would be B flat major, C minor, D minor, E flat major, F7, G minor, A minor 7 flat 5 back to B flat. That's pretty easy too because you're moving up, and that's a good way to start. It gets a little, not really hairy, but you really realize whether you know this or not when you say, okay, I'm going to start with the lowest available note, which may not be the root. So let's say we're in the key of B flat. Well, the lowest here is F. What is F in B flat? It's the 5 chord. That makes 6 the minor chord. That makes G the 6 a minor chord. That makes A the 7 a minor 7 flat 5. That makes B flat the 1 a major chord. C 2 a minor chord. D 3 a minor chord. E flat 4 is a major chord. Back to F, which is a 5 chord dominant 7, and that's B flat. You could do the same down here. Let's say let's just make it a different key. Well, A flat. B flat is the 2 chords. C is the 3. Both of those would be minor. D flat would be the 4 chord. E flat 7 would be the 5 chord. F would be the 6 chord. G would be the minor 7 flat 5 would be the 7 chord, and you'd be A flat. So this would be the first appearance of A flat starting here on this string root, but that's actually the root. That's the 1 chord. Same thing here when you're starting with F minor, the 2 chord, and E flat. This is your first E flat moving this way. If that sounds confusing, don't worry about it. Just do the one thing, you get that right, and then you can do the next thing. But if you already know the one thing and the other thing, this is the other things you can do to keep busy until we get to something that you maybe not know as well, or may know but haven't introduced into your playing enough, haven't experimented enough with, or haven't found a use for that really satisfies you beyond something that seems just too basic, or something that no longer satisfies you musically. So we're all in this together. We're all going somewhere worth going. We may get off at different places. Some of us may go further than others, and we may wind along different paths, but there's something here of use, great use to anyone who's interested in improvising music. Carol is a great player and a great teacher. And I think the first thought should be, when something sounds like too silly or not sophisticated enough for me to think, world-class player. Teaches people, some of whom went on to become world-class players themselves. And I think that's one of the great tests of a teacher, is that some of their students become greats themselves. It's like, wow, they know and they can teach, you know? You know the old Woody Allen joke, those who can do, those who can't teach, and those who can't teach Jim. Well, she knows she can do and she can teach. And I want to learn. But I realize now, in looking back, this is true confessions, I didn't always make as much creative use of the material. I was like, okay, I got this, I get it, I know how to do this. But when I was playing, I wasn't actually calling forth a lot of these things in my music. I wasn't applying it as fully as I should. So that's what I want to get more out of in this study group together, is not just learning some of these things, some of which I know, but applying them more. Like, how's this coming out when I'm playing There Will Never Be Another You, or Just Friends, or what have you. Anyway, enough of me.